means, but it even caught them off guard somewhat. But you know, they responded. But again, so early on it was a pretty even game, but once Stay Green gets the ball rolling, we all know what happens. So will it be different this game? tmsR trying to force a game number 3, but Stay Green looking good, looking good. Moving on with the picks here. Well, we only have the 1 pick so far in Engineer, but the bands even. Master of Arms coming out with the first band, followed by Pebbles into Lodestone, and then Scout. So last game, Swinamounts banded Aluna first, which was definitely interesting. Never really seen an Aluna band as far as Captain's pick goes, but Swinamounts valuing the Aluna ban against tmsR. Not the same this game. She is still on the board. Master of Arms instead, though, also being banned by tmsR. That's kind of another one where you look at and it's interesting, but maybe figuring that they were going to be giving up Ophelia. Don't want to give them that Master of Arms Ophelia combination. Perhaps. So in the end, bans are what they are. The picks, however, Engineer into Ophelia, followed up by the Keep of the Forest. So again, that's what Amon stated yesterday. It's almost as if you kind of have to just go that Tempest, but at the same time, with that Ophelia first pick, it means they would have had to run a laning Tempest if they went Tempest there. So yeah, you see, they actually do not go the Tempest; they go Torturer. So now tmsR, it's setting up nicely for them to pick up Tempest if they wanted here. Nope, they're gonna go Rally instead. So valuing the Rally over the Tempest here. It doesn't seem like this is a team that prefers to run the jungle as of late, so maybe some reasoning there. But Warbeast is going to be the final pick from Stay Green, and yeah, that's another sound. That's a sound suicide option. You see Balfagor banned right off the bat. I love that. They've experienced that a couple of times before. Jesse on that Balfagor, especially when you're already dealing with Warbeast, Ophelia, and even Torturer. There's a lot of push presence there already. So yeah, they do not want to deal with him. Demented Shaman, yeah, banned there as well. Fun stuff coming out there. Tempest going to be banned by Stay Green, saying, you know what, you could still go the Tempest, so we're going to take that away. Aluna's still on the board. Wouldn't be surprised to see that as a pickup here by tmsR. Good for counter push, and it seems like it's a hero of theirs that they like. Again, it's Sonamone's banning it even the first game in the first set of bans, so let's see what the last couple of bans are here before we move on. But yeah, just looking at that Stay Green lineup, I mean, you're already cringing a little bit of, man, it's coming. They're gonna start getting together, pushing towers, and it's gonna be difficult to stop. How do we avoid that from happening? And a lot of that comes down to, you know, getting those earlier on kills, perhaps. There's the Aluna final ban, so yeah, not gonna let them get the Aluna pick. Fade is the final ban from tmsR, which definitely could have been an option here for Stay Green. With the Fade ban, though, not gonna happen. Deadwood's still on the board. Wouldn't be surprised to see that as a possibility. But I think Deadwood could be actually pretty good here for tmsR. He has decent creep clearing himself with the Rotten Grasp, and also him with the now him with Engineer as far as a laning presence goes isn't necessarily the most friendly. So maybe that's where it throws it off a little bit. But at the same time, they are going to be running more of a 2-2-1 style, so you can get something like that Glacius partner instead, or Nymphora even, or Pyromancer. But Pyromancer picked up here.
Deadwood.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, that yeah, they didn't go Deadwood themselves even, so now definitely going to be picked up by Stay Green. They still needed that middle hero themselves, and Swinamelons likes to play the Deadwood. So now tmsR to finish things off. Maybe Magnus? Ooh, they're going to go the Dampier here. Haxorin again, going to be running the Dampier. And a funny note on that, actually. Haxorin wanted to remind me, he actually messaged me on Skype, it was even earlier on today, talking about how he invented the Dampier 2 years ago with Era, apparently. Because I was giving credit to Nox I wasn't okay as far as that goes. I mean, I wasn't giving credit to Nox saying that he's the reason why we're seeing Dampier. As of late, he's been playing a lot of the Dampier, but I actually wanted to make it clear that he was running Dampier even 2 years ago. It was more in a joking manner. I want to make that clear off the bat too. It wasn't a like, damn it, what are you saying? You're wrong. It was a friendly manner. And Hacksman's just a friendly guy, so I wouldn't expect anything different. But gonna be playing that again here. So going the Dampier route as their final pick. I mean, the first thing you look at is the creep clear potential here on this Legion side. It's good. I mean, Engineer and Pyromancer definitely bring a lot to the table. It's not like perfect by any means, but it is there. SG's thinking about this final pick pretty heavily. It's probably going to be their short laner. Who would assist nicely with all this? They wouldn't usually go the hard carry in this case. I know they went with the Predator kind of last game, but this doesn't feel like a game where they're going to go that Dark Lady or Moon Queen or anything. Feels like more of a corrupted game, maybe? Bubbles. Oh, Bubbles even. Bubbles the final pick. That's actually... Didn't see that coming. So we're probably going to have Bubbles mid. Torture Deadwood's going to be your short lane. Warby Suicide with Ophelia in his own jungle. Or, are we going to see an aggressive trial lane even? Would that possibly happen here? I mean, I'm looking at tmsR.
Let's get it on.
I don't know. I'm not even going to try to guess. We'll just watch and see what these two great teams deliver us. Oh, change the interface. Make sure I do that real quickly once again. Booyah. Alright, so here we are. Stay green up 1-0. I haven't seen this Pyromancer skin in a while. The Headless Horseman. It's actually a pretty good one. Anywho, yes, I have ADD when it comes to that. So they're going to send the War Beast. Suicide, it looks like. Yeah, do more of what expected, kinda? So Deadwood's still going to be heading mid, maybe? No, they're all just going up here to protect it. Okay. Keeper War Beast sending his minions out. Again, a lot of push potential on Stay Green side. Expect those early items, the Ring of Sorcerers, the Astrolabe. Abyssal Skull on War Beast, of course. Start grouping up and pushing. So the Dampier pick. I mean, again, that's why I definitely like the Dampier pick here. He is more of an involved hero earlier on. And when no doubt is going to, as Stay Green could have any lineup, and it just seems like they'll be looking to find that timing of around 7-8 minutes, start to snowball. So Dampier also should get pretty good farm down here against the solo War Beast, even as Pyromancer is going to be good support from him. And you see trying to kill the Hellhound, actually does kill it in the end. However, the other Hellhound, mission accomplished. Pulling it all the way over here before eventually dying to the creep. So Dampier will have to, is he going to tank it? No, he's just going to pull it back to the tower actually. So middle matchup, it is going to be the Deadwood Torture middle in the end, going up against the Rally Engineer here. Top lane ends up being Keeper versus Bubbles. Curious to see how that one plays out actually. Chessie on Bubbles, by the way. That's kind of do a double take on that one. Yeah, Limp's playing the War Beast here. We got this one of course on Deadwood. So yeah, Chessie playing the short lane Bubbles in this case. Rally by himself currently, but Engineer pulling the creep wave, it looks like here, to the yellow camp. Trying to get some good lane positioning in the middle lane. Lane's pushed up at the bottom side. Warby's going to be dove on. Terrorized Vampiric Flight. The Dragon Fire stun, though, just a little late there by Moonmeander. I don't know if that was maybe just miscommunication or maybe it wasn't close enough, but Dragon Fire stun a little too late. I don't think it would have been a kill in the end, but prevented some extra damage from happening. Warby, though, does have a health potion. Got fooled the health potion, it looks like, with the trees that he has. Deadwood and Torture doing a pretty good job right there of actually cutting off Engineer of what he was trying to accomplish. I, again, didn't notice exactly how many creep kills one or the other got, but saw what he was doing in the jungle. Wanted to have him stop it. Regen Rune actually just going to be destroyed by Torture. No reason to spend the extra effort to go all the way over there and pick it up when you're full life and min anyway, so. Takes it out, Refreshing Rune picked up by Engineer in the process, I assume. Deadwood has the log, a hatchet, and he has red glowing hands as a result of Warby's level 2 battle cry. That's a hard-hitting hero right there. So when it comes to creep farm, I'm sure Swinnamel's going to be just fine. Obviously, Ophelia also assisting with that. Ophelia star so far, about 200 gold per minute. Not too shabby. Actually, at the bottom lane, his start hasn't been the best 10-0 creep farm, but again, with pulling the creep wave with those minions, keeping life difficult there on Haxorin, his limp. There's a top matchup going. Keeper 15-7, Bubbles 11-1. So, Keizu, once again, had a great keeper game last game, great keeper play in general. Doing a good start here. Limp at the bottom side. Good sidestep from Limp right there. That was more of a sidestep from Limp than just late reaction, but able to avoid the Dragon Fire. Again, I don't know if it would have been a kill by any means, but using the regen in the end. Haxorin goes back to farming. That's what you can do. That's what you probably need to do. I think it's safe to say for tmsR. I mean, if he's being so annoying with those Hellhounds constantly pulling, he is very vulnerable to getting killed though, so just jump him whenever he gets close enough. Push him out of the lane that way, and Dampier and Pyromancer have plenty of kill potential. Pyro does have his boots already with that set. Top lane, trying to collapse right here, keeping the force in some trouble. Nice hero blocking coming out, dust is applied. Skeleton King Roo comes in, nuke from Ophelia, one more auto attack. Yes, it is going to be enough. Bloodlust kill coming out in favor of Chessie right there. So KZ a little bit too far ahead, but again, it's, you know, he's not looking like, you're not assuming he's going to be ganked by Bubbles Ophelia at the top lane. Or ganked by an Ophelia, I should say, with Bubbles assisting. But good job. You get the dust. It's nothing this one was talked about. Riser as well, for that matter. Maybe it was Riser in the end. But anyways, get the dust if you're ever going up against Keeper of the Forest. In that suicide, if you have something like a Parasite or an Ophelia or just a support hero in general up there, get that dust to go for the kills earlier on. So, exactly what they do. Slowing down KZ there. Middle lane, they want to set up something. Minotaur and Skeleton King coming in. Rotten Grass going to go out, but Swinnamel's not going to connect right there. Slicks, I'm sure, saw the animation go off. Able to get away. Dampier has his Blood Chalice finished. Great item on him, of course. If you have ways to heal yourself up, use a bit of mana. Great item. Him and Balfagor are kind of the two heroes that come to mind when you think Blood Chalice. I remember Blood Chalice, another one of those items that's gone through a lot of iterations, really. From its build-up of items to how it's ultimately worked. It seems like it's fallen into kind of a niche item nowadays. Like I said, with certain heroes like Dampier and Balfagor. What was Dampier doing? 300 and... Nope, that's experience. 230 gold per minute here. Bubbles though leading the way overall. Bloodlust skill helps with that. And actually, is he got a portal key? Nope, he's going straight light brand. Love it. Jesse is like, you know, I'm the carrier of this team, damn it. I don't care if I'm playing Bubbles even. I need to be able to carry. So going the light brand here. I mean, yeah, they I like it. I mean, it's going to give them that earlier on carry presence as well. Bubbles going to even be hitting that much harder. And eventually gets the Grimoire power even. And all the porta keys even more of a core item on Bubbles in this game. they feel like with the push and whatnot might not be as necessary. However, speaking of push, bottom lane being heavily pushed here by the leader side of the Hellhound. Trying to sneak in there for
Tower.
Not able to pull it off, so good group up here coming up from tmsR. Looks like it's a pretty good timing push. You see Stay Green, counter pushing though as expected. Top lane, Bubbles and Affiliate up here. Not too much happening in the middle lane. They're gonna keep going though, and now it's a question for Stay Green. They're killing this top tower. They don't really have the best creep wave with them right here. The Minotaur dropping low, but they might lose a secondary tower into the MTPs. They do not. This is going to be a secondary tower kill as well, so this is actually going to work out pretty well here for the HoN team. Rally in the meantime in the middle lane, side of the goes off. Devil's dropping. Not going to be able to finish him off there. He gets caught by the rock grass. Slick's now in a little bit of trouble himself. He doesn't have compel mana. If he switches to Steam Boots, maybe. In comes the in comes the Kelfield here. Slicks, can he compel? Yes, he can compel right there. He goes right up to the final auto attack though. It does go off. And Slicks falls to Chessie in the end. But look at this push. It is still going into the base even. Meanwhile, the top lane, Stay Green says, you know what, we want to still push as well. But the Legion side, 4 players still here. They got a decent creep wave. More minions being spawned. Bubbles now running over though. Okay, and he doesn't have Kelfield, but he is going to be able to clear it out. And it looks like that should be enough to keep them off right here. Engineer falls back, and yeah, that will be the end of that. How about the top tower? It is going to fall for Stay Green. So actually, Stay Green does make it worth their while in the end. Rally was there, but good stun from Torture to prevent him from denying it. Bubbles though with a light brand. He has Steam Boots now finished. Yeah, he went light brand, straight light brand. Didn't even go boots first. But it is showing 440 gold per minute now. He is going to have an early Grimoire, and especially once they start once he gets that Grimoire, you figure those big items, the Astrolabe, the Abyssal Skull, the Portal Key even on Deadwood, they're going to be coming out as well, and that's where it's all going to come together. So again, that's why I definitely like the choice here by Bubbles, and it also gives them a nice fallback option as well, if anything. As far as if for whatever reason that initial push doesn't work as best as they want it to, he'll still eventually be able to get the Portal Key and still be just fine in the end for his team. So. Speaking of Astrolabe, it's just about finished on a feeling. How much is it exactly? 1713. Such an odd number. 1713. I mean, you look at everything else, it's 803, I guess, also, but 1713. Lightbrand finished on Dampier. He's actually still sitting on the red boots with that said. But Dampier's farm, though. Wow, 445 gold per minute. Damn. I'm sure he's going to finish his... He's going to go Ghost Marchers or Steam Boots here? Yeah, he's going to go Steam Boots. Off to the side shop. As always, Grimoire of Power. Important to pick up. Top lane in the meantime. Rally compelling away, but runs right into the Falcon Punch. In comes Bubbles with the assistance. And Slicks is going to fall, so... Had the compel to initially get away, but good roam coming in there by Deadwood. And here he now has about 1,300 gold saved up. Bottom lane, Dampier Haxran's very far up here. Alright, they're going to make him pay. Ophelia's charging in. Warbeast is here as well. They don't have a way to catch, though. I think what made him feel ultimately safe was the fact that Deadwood and Bubbles just ganked that top lane. They both used their ultimates. So yeah, he figured he was going to be fine, which he was in the end. Middle lane in the meantime, Engineer being chased back. Torture going to the uphill, but he's blind. Z-Freak doesn't realize what he's running into. He's going to fall right there. Engineer is picked off by now Bubbles. He's in an odd spot. Compel comes out. Ophelia's touch, but the Seismic slam to drop him. And it ends up being a 2-for-1. They ran uphill in the nighttime. Or it's not even nighttime yet, but anyways, they run uphill. And not the best decision coming out right there. Or it is nighttime, what am I saying? Anywho, the point being, they ran uphill, they couldn't see anything, and they ended up dying right there. As my headset thing falls. Alright, we're back. Test, test, test. I want to make sure. Okay, okay, good. So 2-for-1 exchange in that middle lane. Chessie getting picked off. His GPM slowing down a bit, and compared to Dampier, I mean, going the other direction. So again, as fun as it is to see the light brand, again, I still think I'm a fan of it in the end. But you gotta wonder maybe if you went more the typical route, would have had maybe that Porta Q now with the same items instead of the light brand. maybe that could have been more efficient use, but they still have a lead with that said. Keeper of the Forest. Is, oh, sorry about that, it was just in sound. I think my sound got turned down, so. Test. I think we're good. Anyways, Keeper of the Forest right here. He still sitting on his Ring of Sorcery, 600 gold saved up. KSU, 248 gold per minute. So this game not as effective as last game, with this farm at least. Ophelia actually finishing off the Steam Boots first, before going the Astrolabe. Interesting stuff there, and actually her minions are going to run into Dampier. Oh, the Consume comes out, trying to finish off the Catman champion. Not going to happen though. So both the Catman and the Skeleton King will survive, but got the Minotaur in the beginning. Ophelia kind of going into a blind spot right there. But again, she went the Steam Boots first instead of the Astrolabe. You know, it seems like a lot of cases we see Ophelia's even pass up Boots. And again, another question I asked the Swindlemouse yesterday, what does he think about that? He seems just fine. Makes sense for getting to that stage of the game earlier on where you want to be pushing anyway, so Astrolabe's going to do a lot more for you than just simply him having Boots is. But finishing the Steam Boots first, so still need some time before the Astrolabe is going to be coming out here. Warbeast actually realizes Keeper's nearby, or does he? I don't even think he does, actually. It's kind of just happened to be right next to him. And actually, Keeper of the Forest, he has a root. Dampier is over here. He's trying to push this creep wave to not give Warbeast time to run away. That's going to be so close, though. It's going to be so close. Okay, there's the kill. He's acting like he's falling back. He's going to go the other direction, though. Is Warbeast going to cut this way? Yes, he is. This is going to work perfectly. Limp's going to be rooted right there. He has Metamorphosis. He's right there. Dampier chops it, though. Can they actually get the kill? Consume? No! He cannot do enough damage. The Consume wouldn't have been enough, so it doesn't even bother. And he's going to TP away, so good reaction from Lim. Meanwhile, middle lane, Kelfield coming out. Engineer and Pyromancer being locked out. Engineer, did he have an energy field? I think he did. Maybe he just didn't have mana for it, but choosing not to use it right there. Or maybe, again, not enough mana, but Pyromancer now being chased back. Has a Dragon Fire stun, and he's right there with the Phoenix Wave. Shell Surf connects, so doing the damage, the port in. And Chessie will pick up the kill right there onto Moo Meander. Back to the bottom lane, Keeper of the Forest pushing out, but both supports dropping right there in Pyromancer and Engineer. And on the top lane, Rally once again, Slicks might be in some trouble. Deadwood coming in, does he have the Falcon Punch? Yes, he does, using it right there. Bubbles assistance, Saga the Sea gonna come out. Prevents any attempt right there at getting away, and he does fall. Now the Hellborn Courier actually gets picked up. Good job by Kizzy right there, making something happen. But again, you kind of feel it. You feel it starting. Stay green. That momentum's starting to pick up, and we all know what happens. With that, it just it starts and it doesn't stop. $1,900 gold on Bubbles. I kind of wonder if he's actually just going to go the Portal Key now, instead of even going for that Grimoire power. I feel like that probably would be the better route, safer route even. Abyssal Skull is finished on Warbeast with that said. Does he have Astrolabe? I feel like he should now. Ophelia's back at base, sitting on those 3 mana totems and dust. Come on, get your Astrolabe. She bought something. What was it? Stop dancing! Take minus 1 AFK. There you go. There's the Astrolabe. Maybe he's still saving the gold for it. Anywho, he has the Astrolabe now, so they got that. They got the Abyssal Skull. Warbeast is, of course, going for that Shrunken Head first. Engineer doing a good job of actually ninjing the Predator right there. Good heads up by Fitzgate, but that does make it pretty obvious that they have a Word of Sight there now, I'm sure. So, Infected to get a Rev right there? No, but they'll probably get a Rev Ward and counter this ASAP. Dampier does have his Grimoire, by the way. And Bubbles is going for the Grimoire still. So he's got the Blessed Orb picked up. He's not going to change his mind. Sticking to his guns here. Respect that. Middle tower, it's dropping. Devil wants the kill, but the ports are coming in. Nice denial of Meander right there. Before they can get a rally jumping into more than Roar, actually just out of range. It's hoping to hit Deadwood, prevent the Portal Key if anything, but again, just out of range, so he gets away just fine. So yeah, when is it gonna come together for Stay Green? That's what you're wondering here. I think the Grimoire purchase is probably the one where it's like, okay, then we can start pushing. I doubt they're gonna full out wait for a Shrunken Head to be finished on War Beast. They might though, they might. There's the Grimoire finished. So you counter push at the top lane here. Play Degrees finished on Keeper, by the way. On that Astrolabe. Play Degrees huge against the Hellborn team. They need a Soul's Bulwark too with that set. That would be nice. Or the team middle lane takes down a Hellborn Tower. Yourself on the wrong end of Deadwood right there. Gets picked off. Kongor's been attempted. Yeah.
Kongor goes down.
While that tower push was happening, I think tmsR might have even known there somewhat that was happening, but figuring they can't stop it, might as well counter push. That's exactly what happened. So Token of Life going to be on Bubbles, it looks like. Just picking up the token here. Dampier gets a portal key, by the way. What's going on top lane? Top lane, they're going to jump right here. Those are illusions. Real Slicks is way over here. But Dampier has the portal key now. Actually trying to think now. I mean, I think that Firebrand into Geosbane actually would be a good option here for Dampier. Again, kind of talk about what Swinamos was bringing up yesterday, how definitely helps him transition nicely into the late game as being a better right game or right could carry. Nice job jumping Ophelia right there, using the consume energy field coming out as well as a TP from Warbeast comes in. We do got Case in the front lines. We're going to be coming out. Warbeast be locked down. Terrorize on top. Yes, Warbeast will fall right there. Big fight for tmsR. Engineer's going to fall in the background. Jesse trying to make something happen, but not going to be enough in the end. Energizer going off right there from Moomiander to help his team retreat because they are chasing. Dewa still wants something, but actually jump back in from Dampier. Hat-trick coming out. The Token of Life going to be used. Dewa uses a Falcon Punch. Realizing he needs to get away though. Down goes Dewa right there. And Bubbles is also going to end up dying. Oh, he gets away, but no, the quad kill for Dampier. Stay Green. Very, very unorthodox of them to go in like that. Make some decisions that just might not have been the best. I mean,
the Legion
that fight initially, the initial fight, whatever happened, but the jump from Swinamel's right there to try to get maybe some stragglers, not the best use. And we saw tmsR, great reaction, and all of a sudden, Dampier, level 16, his GPM 645 gold per minute now. And got a mid push right here. Gonna be an easy tower kill.
Hellborn Tower.
Talk about a swing. I mean, it went from a Conger kill Stay Green to being like, okay, here we go again. It's going to be the typical. Stay Green's going to eventually win this after snowballing. To tmsR, not only, not only making it even, they completely turned it around. The momentum's well in their favor now. Well in their favor. Especially with Warbeast still working towards that Shrunken Head here. And speaking of that, look at that. Bubbles actually buys a Mighty Blade himself, so he's not even going to be getting a portal key or a tablet even in this game. He's just going straight for more of a battle build even, you could say. Not the initiating build necessarily that we typically see on Bubbles. So, Dampier, interested to see what he goes for. 4,400 gold saved up, 4,600 now. Again, will it be that Firebrand into Geometer's Bane maybe? Will it be a Shrunken Head? I mean, Shrunken Head, it seems like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the best choice here for him. Do they have a Soul's Bulwark kit either? Still no, actually. 2,800 gold on Kazu, wow, so he actually hasn't even finished the Astrolabe. He's just pulling up a ton of gold. I know we've seen this on him, though, especially before. Where he pulled
the Hellborn takes down a Legion Tower!
Bottom tower going down in the meantime by Stay Green, so they are grouping up to push. Warbeast still doesn't have the Shrunken with that said. But maybe they're feeling like that. I don't think they're feeling like it actually necessarily. It's just more so they're responding to what tmsR is doing as they are pushing the top lane, so making the best of the situation. Both teams pretty content. Giving up the secondary towers here, it looks like.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion Tower. Hellborn Tower.
Tower exchanging. tmsR going to be the first one to react though. There's the Geometer's Bane. So yeah, Haxerin. Did he go it? Nope, he sold it. Never mind. Goes Geometer's Bane first, but then he changes his mind into Shrunken Head. And yeah, again, it's Shrunken Head is good. Warbeast though, Deadwood even for that matter, they could still do plenty of damage through it. Skeleton Kings obviously can still net you. It is great against something like the Kelfield though, of course. I don't know though, I feel like the Geometer's Bane might have been the better choice here. The fact that he even bought it first shows... Oh, and he's going to run into a death trap! Can he Shrunken Head in time? Yes, he can! Will it matter? Falcon Punch comes out, and look at all that physical damage! So yeah, despite the Shrunken Head, it didn't matter. I'm not going to sit here and say if he had a Geometer's Bane he would have survived there, but... he just got dropped, and he just bought that. Now, he does have gold for buyback. I kind of wonder if Say Green maybe thinks he does it because they saw that Shrunken Head, he just used it, maybe figuring that he saved up for it and just bought that. So, he did just buy it, but he still has gold for the buyback. So we'll see if maybe they could try to capitalize with that. Granted, he won't have the Shrunken Head for this fight, of course. But now Stay Green is going to push S5. tmsR, watch for that buyback on Haxorus. Keeper the Force. Keeper the Force, by the way, he does have the Astrolabe now, as well as a Portal Key. And actually, he's going to go in right here. Rally jumps in. Where's the Keeper the Force? Keeper the Force jumps in the background. Root's going to be coming out. Buyback from Dampier is sad. They're going to collapse on a Bubbles right here. Bubbles gets away barely. Bubbles is still alive in the background. Are you kidding me? Ophelia in the front lines. She's finding herself in a tough spot. She's going to try to run away. Can she actually survive? I don't think so. Down goes Ophelia. Torture trying to port out. Not going to happen, though. Dragonfire stomps in, and she, too, will fall. Bubbles! Oh, my God. How did he survive that? That was insane, the fact that he actually lived through all that. So somehow managed to stay alive. I felt like Keeper too. I felt like Casey was a little bit late too. I feel like he really could have gone in as soon as... I thought he was Rally actually initially. They were really clumped up all together right off the bat right there. So, but in the end, they do hold off the push. And on top of that, they get some hero kills. They fight them back. So the golden experience rate actually going up after that for tmsR now. Again, buyback was used by Haxorus, but look at his GPF. 680 gold per minute here. So he's not too concerned about that. Has the one buyback now, but plenty more gold saved up. Now, at least, goes the Shrunken Head, so you'd figure now still the Geometer's Bane. Could be the good choice for him. How about the Hellborn team? Shrunken Head finally finished on Limp. Seems like he's been sitting on that Mighty Blade forever. Does have the Shrunken Head now, though. Barrier Idol is coming for Ophelia. There's the Soul's Bulwark, so there you go with these big team items. Again, that's what I'm on stress yesterday on the cast. Really need those to win these fights. What did Dampier buy? Was it a Firebrand? It was. Okay, so is probably going to be on the Geometer's Bane here. I know we've even heard about before going Grimoire into Dawnbringer is even possible, but well, Geometer's Bane seems like the use of it pretty good as well here. Oh, Dampier, free pick on a Torture, and they're going to chase actually. Bubbles shell surfs away before too much else happens. He's, again, still sitting on that Mighty Blade. Okay, he did get the Portal Key. Wow, I didn't even realize that until kind of registered right there, so he does have the Portal Key now. tmsR. Kind of wonder if they're actually going to look to push into the base here or not. The God-Plated Greaves, a Ring of Teacher, the Astrolabe, Ring of Sorcery. They definitely got those good team items, even Energizer on top of that. But, yeah, I didn't think that this was a prime time. If anything, at least try to finish that Geometer's Bane here on Dampier before you go for anything too certain. They are keeping them in their base, though. You see Warbeast. Limp's farm isn't really going up. I mean, he's still sitting at around 350 gold per minute. It's respectable, but he's not getting scary by any means. He's still just sitting on the Abyssal Skull Shrunken, which is really his core that he's looking for. Rally has his own Shrunken Head, actually. That's nice. Try and continue the farm at the bottom lane. 16 more 100 gold saved up. He's level 20 as well. Look at that. Experience per minute. Is he really 4 levels higher? Holy crap! That is just hitting me. He is 4 levels higher than anyone else in this game as well. sure that quad kill had a lot to do with that too, but also on time, he's just been farming all over the map. This is Haxron, man. I mean, again, he played for Complexity Season 1, known as one of the better carries in the scene. Going into Cycle, or Season 2, you know, started with VDT for Cycle 1. They didn't do too well, though they ended up disbanding, actually going into this cycle, and Haxron found a new home with tmsR, and again, it seems like, yeah, like we did talk about yesterday when they were fighting against Lions, although it's a new home, he's very familiar with all these players. It's not like it's a completely new situation for him, so it really isn't a surprise to me, at least, that he's adapted pretty well right off the bat. And Dampier again, coming, making some plays here on the scene. It's been good to see. Limp actually gets a kill on a Moomiander at the bottom lane. Just watching to see if they're going to jump the middle, but you do see Moomiander down here. Just got jumped by Deadwood, it looks like. Roaming in, so Limp getting credit for the kill. Uses Metamorphosis, but not the longest cooldown. $700 gold per minute. Just about for Haxron right here. He has enough for the Geometer's Bane. He also has that one buyback though. And here we go with Congra. Look at how fast Congra's gonna fall. I mean, even if you had a Ward of Sight here, they would not have been able to react. It's just way too quick.
Kongor goes
so
down.
The Geometer's Bane is purchased, by the way. He has a Geometer's Bane now. Congra's dead though, but remember what happened last Kongor? They had the Token of Life and ended up being a quad kill for Dampier after fighting them off, so. This time, Staker gonna make sure to use it a little more wisely. And in fact, some bigger items are coming. Barrier Idol just finished on Ophelia. Shrunken Head just finished on Bubbles. That's another big item there. Huge against Dampier. Those two items are obviously huge against Dampier right here. So Stay Green gonna pick and choose their battles wisely here. Again, they're up 1-0 in the series. Trying to wrap it up, but tmsR trying to pick up their first victory against Stay Green, at least here in HoN Tour, and as of late, really. Team USA is the only team that had a victory against them last cycle again, and that was in the Grand Finals. Sodamel's looking for some food. Bubbles found something. Moomiander here on Pyromancer. He's going to be picked up, it looks like. Kexan comes out, then he goes for Engineer instead, and there comes Pelaway. Now Sodamel's in trouble. Shrunken Head going to be used right there, but Rowley kind of stutter-stepped a little bit, almost as if thought more was coming. Sodamel's is going to be ported back in the end. I really feel like Slick's going to man up there a little bit more. But, you know, again, you can kind of understand what they're thinking, that as a spectator, we get so much more information than they do. Just thought there might have been a little more behind, so did not want to risk it. In the end, nobody dies. Good save right there initially onto Pyromancer. Sustainer picked up by Keeper, so Restoration Stone, well in the works. Now where do you go if you're Dampier? That's up to him, really. I mean, hell, I would say even something like a Wingbow, actually. Wouldn't be a bad option here at all. Let's just continue that right-click threat, as well as some good evasion against Deadwood, against Warbeast especially. I think that could actually be a pretty good choice here. Maybe even something like that Assassin Shot to Genjiro. Anyways, we'll see what Haxron goes for. Diving up in the front lines. No one to be found though. Torture is a little too far back. tmsR might be trying to make something happen, but again, Stager as well with the token, remember. It is on bubble still for another 4 minutes here. Not going to push yet though in the middle lane. Sending the creep wave, keeping them occupied again. Get them to port back. That's exactly what they did right there. And they're going to keep them in their base. So, okay, good decisions here by tmsR. Forcing Stay Green on the defense. And back to clearing up the opposing jungle they'll go to, and then pushing back their lanes. You do see the bottom and the top with that said are being pushed out. So, Stay Green at the same time doing a good job of responding to tmsR. tmsR will gladly pick up this farm down here, though. Another 3,000 gold's going to be had. Again, full buyback situation. Pyromancer and Dampier, the only ones to use buyback so far. Keeper of the Forest still working towards that Restoration Stone. Shieldbreaker, level 1, just picked up by Warbeast. So, do they have a Souls? I'm guessing. Yeah, they definitely have one. Devin. Yeah, he's had that for a while. Whoa, what's going on here? Dampier jumps in the background, goes straight for it. He wants his kill, but he's by himself! Dampier running by himself. He's good at Geometer's Pain now. He will be fine. Energy field in the background. Nobody dead just yet, though. Warbeast is chasing. Engineer going to go down. Pyromancer going to fall as well. Now, Slicks does get a counter kill in the background, but at what cost back here? Double damage. Dewa gets the kill. I don't know about the decision by Haxer, and that was... I don't know. I mean, why? Just why? What was it? What did he? Why? Did he blink into blind? I mean, he was way too far ahead of his teammates right there for that to actually go well in the end for tmsR. And he literally jumped right in the middle of State Green. That's going to be a tower kill. Oh, that hurts. I mean, tmsR, they've had some good momentum going, but that kind of ruined it against State Green, one of the best, if not the best team at capitalizing off of those unfortunate mistakes. Now look what's going to happen here. Tower's going to fall. This is going to be a Rax. This is easily going to be a Rax here. For Stager and Dampier's going to jump in. Wants to make something happen. Root comes out there. You can do get the kill to Torture. Can they kill Warbeast? Warbeast does not have it. Or he does have his ultimate form. Going to use it right there. He's going to start to run away. Bubbles in the meantime pointing on Pyromancer ultimate. Yeah, a nice Phoenix Wave as well to finish him off right there. Good combo coming out from Moomiander. And at least they pick off Warbeast in the end. We do see Deadwood porting away. No buybacks were had right there. So they actually saved the Rax. They did. They saved the Rax in the end. Very good response, at least from tmsR. So, despite that honestly just a mistake from Haxer coming out right there, his team actually backs him up in the end, and doesn't end up being the worst thing in the world. Granted, a lot of gold was gained overall. You see the gold being pulled up here on the Hellborn side. Deadwood has that full demonic now finish with that said, but yeah, I still I would love to kind of look back at the VOD after the and replay and see what Haxer and it didn't look like there was any vision there. I just assumed maybe he saw a glimpse of maybe one of the heroes, maybe a couple. Figure that he was going to go in. You know what I think it actually was? More of the case of they were looking to initiate as a team, but you know that's your classic case of you have a portal key. A couple of other teammates do as well, but you were just too far ahead of everyone else. So he went in really quickly first. Although he lived in the end, I mean, that kind of forced his team to back him up as heavy as they did, and obviously it was not the best in the end. But again, big picture, his team does hold off at the base, and all of a sudden you have another 5,000 gold on Dampier. Now, Warbeast has a level 3 Shieldbreaker finished here with that said, so he is going to be continuing to hit very hard now. But Dampier, what are you going to buy? 5,100 gold saved up. What are you gonna buy? Keep the Forest, also that Restoration Stone, actually. There you go. Gonna say, should just about have it. Right clicks it. Void Talisman picked up by Pyromancer, by the way. Always a good pickup against heroes like Deadwood and Warbeast especially, so smart choice there. Axerin, what are you going for? Stop the suspense! Killing me. Stay Green's sitting at their base right now. I feel like they have to play very defensive here. Bubble's working on a sheepstick. The Acolyte staff purchased. I'm sure by now they may even realize Keeper does have that Resto Stone. So he's been spotted here. So have to deal with that. There's the Wing Bow. So yeah, like I said, I mean, it's like the Wing Bow could have been a good option for both the right-click threat to the addition to that, as well as the evasion effect against Warbeast. Oh, against Bubbles too. Is honestly, he's starting to hit actually pretty hard now, especially with that sheepstick finish. Do like that pickup. His armor also going to buff up as a result. Yep, 23.7 now. Sheepstick is finished on Bubbles with that set. Let's see how fast he attacks, actually. Especially when he has the 3 charges, too. Remember the Bloodthirst. Down to 30 attack speed? Yeah, 30 attack speed, 10 per charge. As a result of that, I believe that was a runic shift patch. Buff. Rally jumping on the front lines. We could have a fight commencing right here. The Hellhound's kind of scouting things out. Rally in the front lines big time. He's going to take a Sheepstick. Will they respond in time? Trigonet goes off. Oh, both teams a little bit unsure of what to do. Pyromancer comes in, he lands a stun on a Torture. Torture's in trouble. Side of him, no, it's not going to go off right there. Torture lives, but here we go. Dampier jumps into Bubbles. Pyromancer's going to fall. Dampier looking to do plenty of damage. Rook going to come out in the background. Dampier now chasing onto Ophelia right here, trying to get her kill, but in comes Devil with a Falcon Punch. Dampier with the consume though, healing himself up. Still trying to pick up somebody, but Stay Green doing such a good job of staying alive. Now they're locking down Dampier. Dampier still has Shrunken. If Shrunken finally goes off, but it was way too late at that point. He was getting locked down for most of it. Look at the play though by Stay Green. The coordination was beautiful. I mean, they were just supporting each other left and right, making sure they were staying alive rather than going for the immediate kills by any means. Not panicking. Oh man, that all started again with Slicks going a little too far. Got interested in what was going on up there and ran into somewhat of a trap. And again, the team kind of felt like they had to initiate after that. And Stay Green capitalizes. And another case of they will work off of your mistakes beautifully. So now they're going to push back into the base. This time it should be 100% a free rack skill. Vulnerability is even going to be used, but that's not going to matter. No buybacks to be had. Rally does have one, I guess, but he's up here in 2 seconds.
Gets destroyed.
So there's the racks, and they get on out of there. So Warbeast, that GPM, it is starting to climb. It's still not. It still hasn't really taken off by any means. I mean, he's getting close to now 400 gold per minute. So it's still not scary, but it is going up and up. And he's got the level 2 shield breaker already. He has another 2,500 gold. This is going to be a 3rd Kongor kill too. You see tmsR, I mean, again, they might have an idea. They have no vision though. It's going to be too late even if they start going now. So free Kongor kill. We're going to see Bananas picked up here as well. Probably be token on Bubbles again.
Goes down.
Yeah, token on Bubbles. Bananas. Trying to decide. He drops a dust. And Warbeast actually will pick up the bananas. No, excuse me. We'll pick up the bananas right there. tmsR shooting themselves in the foot is really what it comes down to. They're the ones making these key mistakes. And Stay Green again. Every game's gonna have them, but Stay Green again, arguably the best team out there at capitalizing off of those mistakes. Ophelia and Bubbles right here roaming in the jungle together. Trying to maybe catch somebody out. Yep, those paws coming out from Stay Green. But, nice. Hate when that happens. So Warbeast though, 3,100 more gold saved up on him. I kind of wonder if maybe he's going to be eyeing something like a Savage Mace here even. Seeing the Wingbow pick up on Dampier. You know, he's not going Souls or Demonic. Obviously that's taken care of by Deadwood. He's got tons of damage output now with that Shieldbreaker level 3. Yeah, I think actually Savage Mace, pretty good choice here. That or something like a Beast Heart, or Behemoth Heart, excuse me. Whatever limp feels necessary here. Again, so we are at game number 2. Stay Green is up 1-0. tmsR. They've looked good through most of this game. Just a couple of key mistakes. Stay Green capitalizes. And here we are. You also think back to the drafting stage, and how Bubbles, remember, was that final pick too by Stay Green, and you know, they could have gone more of a convention, even more of something like a Wretched Hag, to be that short lane presence, to be that short lane carry for the team. But going the Bubbles route instead. Mouse needs new batteries. Who's this wireless mice? How's the other series going with that said? I assume this is game 2. No, wait, that's the losers bracket. It probably is game 2 with that said. I meant to check the, this one. This is Team Excellent versus Team USA. Team USA stuff on this one.
Alright, let's get it
Brackets real
on!
quickly. I know we're going back, but let me see if there's any updates on that. Okay, Team Excellent's actually up 1-0 in this series. It looks like USA is winning the second game. Lions and Internet Gangsters, they're tied at 1 game apiece in the losers bracket. And then Justice League is up 1-0 over Ready for a Miracle in the losers bracket as well. So that's kind of some updates right there. Again, if you go to HoN Tour.com, you can check out the brackets for yourself. They get updated basically immediately after the game's finished. It's actually really good for that, so check out those results for yourself. Stay green. They got the token. They got bananas. They have a lot of gold pooled up as well. I kind of feel like they might want to spend that gold before they make this push here, especially with that token of bananas picked up. If they push, that is. Storm Spirit on a Philly, you see here. Deadwood looking for an opportunity. You see level 19, he's hunting, but tmsR doing a good job of just kind of sitting in the base here. So stay green, just pushing in the lane, specifically the middle and the bottom lane, keeping tmsR locked in their base. Again, similar to what tmsR was doing earlier to stay green, and they were the ones with that advantage, although no racks were killed. They're the ones keeping stay green, very defensive minded. But obviously for SG, it's paid off for them. They found the mistake opportunity they were looking for. Another 4,500 gold on Bubbles. He's got the sheepstick here with that Grimoire and Chunkin and the portal key. So I wonder now if he's going to be more of that Savage Mace even himself, something like that. Actually, I think something like a Frostwolf Skull wouldn't be a bad option here for him. What did I just see purchased? It's being delivered. Abyssal Skull. Wow, Abyssal Skull coming for Kazu. Haven't had an Abyssal Skull this whole time, that's true. Well, they got one now at least. That's a big item to have. I think someone even said it's one of the most cost-effective items in the game, when you think about it, for what it does. For only being 2050. 12% base damage, plus 5 armor. And those are the two big ones. Then the mana regen and then even the melee lifesteal on top of that. Oh, Pyromancer. He found himself a not so kind friend.
It's a massacre!
I think Limp might have actually spotted him out with the wolves there. Scouting with the wolves. Brothers come together and take out Moomiander. So yeah, we're gonna see next tier of purchase of items. There's the Savage Mace on Warbeast. 5,600 golden bubbles. We're gonna see this next tier. This is gonna be the final tier, most likely, for Staker in a lot of cases. And you look at the team over there. So Savage Mace on Warbeast. We'll see what Bubbles picks up here. So the Frostwolf Skull actually might not be a bad option. And then after that happens, the token, how much longer is on that? 220 about. I don't know, they might actually just let the token run out at this rate unless there's a little bit of time. I don't feel like they're making a move towards any of the lanes though just yet. Maybe around 130. That's when they might go for it. Look at Swinamel's off the top lane. He's cutting through the trees, clear cutting through the trees. He's looking for an opportunity. He's gonna maybe find one on Dampier. Dampier's using the illusion to push it out. Dampier knows that he's gotta be a little careful here. He has support very close too, so if you're Deadwood, I don't know about jumping this, is he? Ooh, Engineer doesn't keg now. Yeah, Dampier's just gonna push back with the illusions, and Swinamel's playing it smart. It's good for his sake, because that was definitely a trap. Definitely a trap right there. Again, Restoration Stone has been sitting on keeper. He still has yet to... I don't even think he's used one root since he's picked that up. We've been in that stall phase here. Stay Green's average game length in Cycle 1 of 32 minutes. Going a lot longer here. Already up to 45 minutes now. The average, I believe, 21 hero kills, though, so they're just about on par with that. I think tmsR was 24 hero kills per game. Or 15, wow, 15 kills per game. So actually both teams are very close to their average from Cycle 1. As far as kills per game now go. Overall goal per minute per game is actually interesting too. Stay Green had an average 1962 goal per minute in their first cycle. Too Much Sugar averaged 1700 goal per minute, so that's what 250 GPM more higher averaged by Stay Green as a team compared to Too Much Sugar in Cycle 1. Yeah, it's a fun stats been gathering, especially as the cycles progress on. Use those more and more to kind of see some trends and whatnot. Like I said too, I'll also figure out a better way to present those stats rather than just saying them down the line, but expect that though. Some good stuff. Anyways, back to this game. Has Bubbles bought anything yet? Yeah, he did. Savage Mace, okay. So yeah, that wing bow, not nullified by any means, but it's not as useful anymore. Speaking of Dampier, actually, he has another 5,000 gold saved up. Does he have slot? He doesn't really have any slots though, unless he wants to give up maybe the portal key here. That's tough. I mean, he could give up the portal key and go for something like, I don't know what you would even do. Go for maybe a Frostwolf Skull, a Behemoth Art, try to bulk up a little more. I feel like they need more. They need more damage, if anything, though. That really wouldn't accomplish that. Rift Shards? I don't know, that just seems so odd on him, though. What will Haxorin do? Harkons? Actually, Harkons might not be the worst option. What will he do? Buyback situation still the same as it was before. Both Moon Meander and Haxorin using a buyback. Everyone else has 2 buybacks left. So that still exists. I guess both teams just very content on sitting back and farming. Obviously the Token of Life is well worn out by now. In fact, Conqueror should be coming up very shortly here. Bananas being sat on. We'll probably end up seeing 2 sets of bananas here. 2 bananas here. Was there a double damage rune? Did I see that? Yeah, double damage rune actually bought it up by Torture. See if they can maybe make use of that. She just uses it right there. Now. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I said that. I was thinking about that earlier too. The Genjiro possibility on Dampier, and I guess if he sells a Portal King, goes to Genjiro, you know, it still gives him that initiation tool in a sense. So. Yeah, he's gonna sell the portal key, gets the Genjiro right there. Damn, he's hitting hard, man. I mean, he is hitting hard. Do they have a bound eye though? They do, yeah. They do on Torture. Bottom lane, Ophelia, they're trying to chase him. Not gonna happen though. Dampier said going middle lane, and actually, it's actually think he has a chance right here. Gonna go for the kill, and Bubbles to consume everything else. The heal's coming out though. Sugar not gonna be activated, but now Dampier in a lot of trouble. In comes a Falcon Punch. He splits up with the Javanese Bane, and we have a fight on our hands. Sugar Net used by Warbeast right there. Compel away from Rally. He's gonna be locked down. Keeper the Force gets stunned as soon as he tries for the root. Keeper of the Force locked down. Could not get the root off. He got stunned immediately, and just like that, Dampier is caught by the chain reactions. He's gonna go down. Double tap coming out. Dampier does have buyback? No, he doesn't have gold for it. Even with 1,500 gold, he doesn't have gold for the buyback. And Stay Green may have just pulled through right there. Unbelievable. Man, I mean, it was a ballsy decision once again from Axon. I think that was better than his other decisions, but still, he could not get the kill quick enough. The reaction came out in time. And then the root, man. I mean, the lockdown, I don't know what stunned him initially, but he blinked in and something stunned him initially, whether it was a Minotaur stun or something else. But then he just got crowd controlled after that, and he could not get off the root. The tower's going to fall right here. Dampier, he's not going to have the buyback for the full time, most likely. I don't think he'll get enough gold for it. Melee racks, range tracks to the wall. And Stay Green might have just pulled through. They're going to go straight for the shrine, or the world tree in this case. They don't even care about the third set of racks. They don't need mega creeps. They just want to finish this game as soon as possible. Deep the tower's going to fall right here. 23 more seconds still on Dampier. You got to go all in here. Look at the engineer just goes all in. He dies immediately. Capel comes out. In comes Powerman to the seismic slap connects. Warbeast actually dropping, but guess what? Banana's used. And he is fine. Keeping the 4 stills. That rest still stop. Oh no, he gets locked down. And that should do it. Maybe it was a Savage Mace. Maybe that's what it was actually. That should do it. GG well played's coming out. Stay Green gonna take game number 2. What a game though. What a game. It all came down to that, as it usually does, especially when games are dragging on like that. You know, you get to that phase of both teams pretty content on kind of going back and forth. And we saw right there, Stay Green ends up persevering, the good patience. You know, tmsR, they're still trying to get over that hump. They're still trying to get over that hump of being able to defeat Stay Green. It's not going to happen yet, but they are getting much, much closer, that is for sure, as we saw in this series here, but still, again, not enough. Yeah, if you're tmsR, I mean, no doubt you got to be a little bit upset at yourselves, definitely shooting yourselves in the foot a couple of times right there. From the Haxerin, you know, choices to jump in when he did, to just other instances, it just obviously didn't work out in the end for tmsR. So Stay Green, though, they stay undefeated here in this cycle at least, and they're going to move on to the winner bracket finals, where again they're going to be playing the winner of the Team USA versus